Hello once again, and today I'm going to be talking about our first television set when I was a kid, when I was growing up. This is the first TV I remember us owning. Yeah, I've got a picture of the model of the TV. It's not exactly our picture. It's the picture that I found somewhere, but it was exactly the same model as our television set, obviously, because I don't have a proper picture of it. But yeah, this is sort of me talking about nostalgic memories of our first television set. So enjoy. Right, so I managed to find this picture of the first TV that we owned, well, my mum and dad owned when I was a child. This wasn't our picture, this is obviously someone else's picture, but that was the model of our first television. Yeah. But the stand obviously was a completely different stand. We didn't have that stand. That was probably a stand that came with the TV back in the day, but that model I don't know. Ours was a completely different stand. I mean, you can see there it's got little feet there, so it's sat on a proper stand, not one of these sort of, looks very 1970s, doesn't it? As I said, it's not our picture, but those curtains certainly look very 70s. Same with the carpet. But yeah, I mean, TVs back then was similar, sort of part of the furniture, wasn't they? I mean, you could maybe put a picture or some ornament on top of it, you know, had that fake wood effect, very 70s. Yes, this was an Hitachi. I believe it was a 19-inch. Could be wrong. I think something like that. It was, for that sort of time, it was probably a big telly for the 70s, very early 80s. This I remember. Yeah, so basic controls here. So I do believe this was the colour control, adjust the colour. That could be maybe the contrast. Or was that the bright? I think that could be the brightness. I don't know. I can't remember now. Let's say 3 controls there just to operate, the picture. So here is the main on and off knob. It was an on and off knob. So you pull it out to turn it on, push it in to turn it off, and if you twist it left and right, you adjust the volume control. Yeah, and now we come to this part. This is where you turn the channel over. As you can see, it only has 4 channels, just 4 channels, which was pretty fine because back in them days there was only 3 channels anyway. So BBC 1, BBC 2 and ITV. So that was just a spare channel, which was later used when we got our first video recorder. So that was used for channel 4 until channel 4 come out in 1982, I believe, which we basically tuned channel 4 into our video anyway. It's not like we hardly watch channel 4 anyway. But yeah, just 3 channels. But there was always something on. I remember there was always something on 3 of those channels. There was always something good on the telly, I remember. I watched all my childhood memories on. All my childhood greats, like cartoons, TV programs like Airwolf, The A-Team, Knight Rider, Grange Jill. God, I can go on and on and on. The James Bond film. When telephone films were televised, usually on ITV. Yeah, so all the greats. When I was a child, I was viewing it on this TV set. And you're probably wondering, if you're a millennial or something like that, a young person out there, probably moaning, not very sophisticated, innit? Yeah, well, that was the 70s, wasn't it? So you're probably wondering, where's the remote control? Well, well, let's put it this way. I was the remote control. Obviously, yes, back in the day you had to get off your arse and switch over the station. Obviously, no remote controls in them days. I don't even think there was an option to even have a wired remote control like you did on video recorders as an optional extra back in the early 80s, I think, late 70s. I think you could get a wired remote control, but this you didn't have the option. So how did we used to connect other devices up to it, i.e. an old computer or a video recorder? Well, through RF leads. That's all it had in the back. That's how you can connect stuff, was via the RF lead or the RF port. Didn't have SCART, obviously no HDMI, nothing, not even composite, nothing. All there was a RF lead, or I think it's known as something else. We call them RF leads or an RF port or whatever. Something that you plug the aerial in, and it's a standard that's still used on TV today. You know, when you plug your aerial in the back of your TV, we still use the RF lead. I think that standard's been around, well, when telly was invented. I think still the same standard. Obviously you got HDMI ports, SCART ports, composite ports, component ports nowadays, but back then no, you only had the RF port. And so I think how it worked, if you had a video recorder, you take the aerial out and put the aerial in the back of the video recorder, and then that lead will go from the video recorder into the TV. And using a channel, that thing I think that's a little door there, so it can open, and then you can manually tune it in to the video recorder. Yes, we had to manually tune things in back in the day. Obviously everything's digital now, so you don't have to. And well, not only that, the analog's no longer with us, that's been cut. But yeah, we had to manually tune everything in. I think it usually everything that came like a video recorder or computer or whatever, wasn't it tuned into 36 or something like that, the bandwidth or something, 26 or 36, something like that. Could be completely wrong, but yeah, it was completely analog back in the days, but we didn't know any better. I mean, this TV, I didn't care. I mean, we watched a lot of good programs on this. So I remember it. Yeah, I was the remote control for this TV set. Yeah, my dad used to say, "Oh, turn it over, John." Okay, what channel? What's on? I'll put it on channel 3, see what's on. And even with the 3 channels, there was always something on. Unlike now, we got millions of channels and there's absolutely nothing on. You had proper programming, decent, you know, everything was decent, what you watched. Well, most of it anyway. We can get away with things and not have to worry. And yeah, a lot of good fond memories of this television set. Well, there you go. That was something different, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought I'd do something different. I don't mind doing something different once in a while. Yeah, so that was our first telly as far as I remember. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.